Okay, welcome, penny stock billionaires, to the Sunday night chart chat. Looks like we're going to have a very exciting week. A lot of our penny stocks are ready to move. But first, I want to talk about Tesla because, again, Tesla is one of the key bellwethers. Hello, Dino. So Tesla is a key bellwether for all speculative assets, especially stocks. Before we get into that, let me just run a quick disclaimer. Nothing here is a recommendation to buy or sell securities. This should be considered paid content, and all that other good stuff. Let's see here. Okay, getting back to Tesla. We've talked about this before, and I think last week I did mention that this would be going past 1,000 to new highs. I think I said 1,600 or even 1,800. I have now upgraded my target to 2,000. May or may not get at 2,000. May get just a little bit under, or may get a little bit over. But it's a nice round number. Bottom line is this thing is going to go a lot higher. I think we're going to see north of 1,500, maybe 2,000, 2,200. It might really go completely nuts. And I think it's going to happen in the next 2 months, between now and the end of the year. So maybe even into first week, second week of January. So you get about 8 to 10 weeks where this is going to happen. I think it's going to go ballistic. What you have here is you're going to have kind of this, cup and handle formation happening. Tesla is looking incredibly bullish. And speaking of that, let's take a look at other charts that are looking very similar. Let's talk about RHT, Relic Health Tech. RQHTF, over the counter. This is the Canadian symbol right now. Kind of a similar type of chart. I think we're going to see a breakout this week. From $1.25. My target is 250 on this before the end of the year. So 250 in next 2 months. Basically, you could double your money in this stock. I think ultimately we'll hit $5. It might take probably 6 months to get to that $5 level. So that might be into May of next year. It's going to take a little while, but 250 by December. Relic is looking amazing. Let's take a look at another one of our stocks. Very similar chart. By the way, let me show you the 1 hour chart on this. It's very interesting. Okay, this thing is ready to blow tomorrow. As you can see, you have this kind of consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout. I mean, it's what it's been doing for a while. Or consolidation, breakdown. But, generally it's been consolidation over here back in July, consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout. And, it did break down also once. So, but I think we're going to see a breakout. I would say it's 90% is the possibility, maybe even 100% possibility of a breakout. This thing really just wants to take off. A very exciting week, I think we're going to have for a lot of these stocks. So, by the way, if you're brand new to watching our channel, make sure you click the like, the subscribe button in the video description below, and notification bell, whatever it is. So again, all of our chart chats are going to be really on the Penny Stock Billionaire Gang channel. So if you want to see those, click the subscribe button for that. Let's see what else is looking good. Okay, so very interesting. So the Relic chart, you can see what's going on right here. Okay, another one very similar. Visby. Okay, so Visby, I know a lot of people are watching the stock. There's been massive volume in the last 6 weeks or so. It's been really taking off. So again, it's a stock we introduced last year, literally 12 months ago. Um, I think it was October 15th, right around here. Right, this is where you see this thing popped. That's when we introduced it. So there was about 15 cents, and it hit what is it, a buck 80 last week, pullback. So that's what is it? That's an 1100% gain. It did take a year. It did take 12 months, which is really, pretty much. I mean, I know a lot of people got spoiled, last year. You had a bunch of stocks that became 10 baggers in, 4 months. We had CBDT that became a 50 bagger in 4 months. So those things are kind of unusual. Those things, the market is not like that right now. So we're back to a very normal market. It's a stock picker's market, and generally speaking, if everything aligns up for a stock to become a 10 bagger with kind of what we're doing, it should take roughly 10 months. 10 months to become a 10 bagger. Maybe a little more, maybe a little bit less, but 10 months is approximately the gestation period for a stock to become a 10 bagger. And by the way, if you want to know about what is the methodology, the investment philosophy, all that good stuff, how we do this, go to the Wall Street Reporter channel, Wall Street Reporter 1843, and we have a playlist there under education. We have like 5 good videos that we did over the last year or so, which give you some insight. So, Relic, what's going on right now? So, again, big move this week, and you had a crazy sell-off when it made that high. So I got to tell you, it looked very bearish for those 2 days. And I think on Telegram, I put out a note saying we might, no, I didn't say we might. I said we might, and I said we're probably going to have a pullback to about $1.20, which would really be pretty normal. Because again, you had a breakout from 50 cents, roughly 50 cents to $1.80. That's 130. And let's just say you have a 50% correction. That would be 65 cents. Yeah, let's make it 75 cents because, in Canada, everything goes much more than 50%. So, in theory, this thing could be going to, $1.10, $1.20, anywhere from $1.25 to $1.10. No, from $1 even to $1.25 would be pretty normal retracement. I would not be surprised if it goes there. And however, though, this thing has been very strong. It's been actually pretty strong the last couple of days. So it's the stock is not. This is not like a weak stock. And what's very interesting is what's very interesting with the stock. Let me just pull this up here. By the way, we're also on the Discord channel if you want to join that, and also on Telegram. So I'll tell you what's interesting is, Visby is definitely, this thing was not overheating. You didn't see those like big gaps up. It wasn't just going crazy parabolic. It's been really pretty much under control. And this retracement, I know on was it last, I think Thursday, I was actually very surprised when it just at the close, it started going down. It's probably have some short selling in here. But at the same time, it didn't, the thing kind of caught its breath and it bounced off the moving average. It dipped a little bit below, but let's take a look at the 15-minute chart. Yeah, so there's a really good chance that we may have seen the full retracement because what this would be essentially is a okay, so if we drop from $1.80 to $1.40, so 40 cents. Yeah, basically this is like a 33% retracement right here. So this is kind of like your bare bones retracement. This is like your really, bullish, very bullish retracement. So if this is it, I think this thing is going to go a lot higher. So I think we could see 250 very, very quickly coming up. Let's see what happens this week. We might have some big moves coming up on Visby. Okay, is Lisa coming on? I think she is. I just got to check on the schedule. So yeah, I got to check the schedule. Raya, what's going on with Raya? I think we should have some news. Yeah, I was expecting news last week, and they were supposed to come on, but I think they got pushed off to this week, maybe. So let's take a look at. I'm sorry. Let's go back to Raya. Yeah, so the Raya. There's not a lot of action on the chart. Not a lot of data yet. It's a new chart. So right now it's probably it's kind of looking like it might go into the 7.5, 8.5 cent, 8 cent range, get a little bit support before it recovers. It's kind of hard to tell because again, not a lot of data on this chart. So I think it's going to do well. It's just gonna kind of get a little momentum going. There's been no direction in the stock for the last 2 weeks, roughly. So the company's been kind of off the radar. We were expecting some news, and it hasn't really come out. So, and it's kind of a relatively new stock. So what happens when there's no news like that? The thing kind of just drifts down, and there was definitely some selling pressure. So, yeah, pretty much not surprising. We should have some news this week, so that would be good. Okay, let's take a look at. Okay, here is a stock, an interesting stock, Logic. LGIQ, also on the NEO exchange in Canada. We have hit the double bottom, basically. This is it. 225. This is the bottom. I don't think it can go any lower. I mean, I don't think the stock can go any lower. It would be kind of almost impossible. So again, we introduced it last year, 350 roughly, and went to $14. They announced a financing in January or February this year. The stock got shorted to hell, and it's been having, it was basically, there was no promotion, nothing going on while they were doing the financing and all that stuff in Canada. And that really, really knocked this thing back. So I think we're at the bottom right here, and we should be seeing this thing turning around like now. I'm actually surprised it broke down below this moving average at 3.25. But that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. There you go. There's your 1 hour chart. So we're at the bottom. We're a nickel from the bottom. So this is it. And once this thing turns, this thing can turn on a dime. It runs very, very fast. So we could easily see again 14, $20, 15, $20, higher than that, no problem. Okay, ESE. Let's take a look at ESE. So ESE is another stock to watch this week. This thing is kind of just waiting for a catalyst for the last couple of weeks, for the last month almost. As you can see, it's above that 50-day moving average, so it does not want to go down. Yeah, there's a double bottom kind of on the chart here, on this 1 hour chart. I don't know. We'll see this week. But yeah, this thing is basically, we're going to have Conrad on this week, by the way. So that might be, we might have some interesting news. But again, this is a chart that is looking for a catalyst, and then it could explode. So I am bullish on ESE. By the way, here's another crazy stock, AIML. We're going to have AIML back, I think, this week. Again, without news, this market is unforgiving. When companies kind of go quiet for more than, I think, 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks is the maximum investors are giving them. It's the maximum grace period, 2 weeks. If you go quiet for more than 2 weeks, your stock just gets killed here. So Looks like we have actually kind of a double bottom happening here. You know, kind of a nice turnaround on a Friday. The day looked kind of a little bit, it's pretty brutal, but kind of this kind of like a V-shaped bottom here. Yeah, I think this is. I think we've seen the bottom in AIML, 50 cents. And again, we introduced this last year at I think it was 70 cents or something like that. Was it 70 cents? Excuse me, I got the wrong chart here. Where's my AIML? There we go. Yeah, so it was something like 70, 60, 70 cents, and it ran like crazy, basically doubled in a week. Too much, too fast. The company's actually backfilled it with some solid fundamentals over the last year. And here we are, lower than where the stock was when it debuted. So this could be a very interesting opportunity. Visby, yeah, definitely. I think people have already made money with this because again, Visby is already a 10 bagger, right? So people have definitely made money. It is our eighth or technically ninth 10 bagger plus over the last, 18, 24 months. We've had all these others that you see scrolling down at the bottom of the screen and a bunch of, 3Xs, 5Xs, stuff like that. Too many doubles to list. But yeah, Visby is definitely, I think people have made money, and I think a lot more people are going to make money. Okay, the next stock, again, everybody always wants to get on the ground floor of the next big winner. So right now, I think Organic Garage is has the biggest sort of the best risk reward rate, the best risk reward ratio right now, if you want a 10 bagger, is Organic Garage. I would say Logic comes in second in terms of, because the Logic LGIQ, I think it could only drop maybe a nickel, and then from there it can go up, to $15. So Logic, I think, is extremely, extremely great risk reward ratio, and Organic Garage is very, very similar. Let me pull up the Organic Garage chart. And again, this thing has great fundamentals. You got to check out the videos we did last week with Matt, the CEO of Organic Garage. But even more important than that, this chart is looking really, really good. So we had a breakout above the 50-day moving average. The MACD lines are looking good. Let's see what's going on here. So it did slow down a little bit Thursday and Friday. There was a bit of a kind of a pullback. Here's what's going on. The stock is being shorted. Okay, so you have people shorting the stock because they think, what's going on, I think, is you have a couple of hedge funds that are shorting the stock because they think that the company is going to do a financing, they have a prospectus on file, right? So these guys are thinking that they're going to short it here at, let's call it 40 cents, 40, went to 45 cents. They shorted at 45 cents. And, they think they're going to do a financing at 30, so they're going to cover it 30 through the financing. I got news for you. There's no financing. That thing is not happening at these levels. That is not going to happen anywhere below, I would say, 75, 85 cents. I don't see the company doing a financing anywhere at these levels. I mean, I would say listen, you never know anything, but 99% odds is that they're not doing anything below 80 cents, maybe even a dollar. And I think we're going to see a dollar in the stock very, very quickly. Again, all you got to do is look at those videos, those interviews that we had with Matt, and you can see how this stock is, really First of all, it's tremendously undervalued. It's worth probably 3 times what it is right now, just as a private company. So you got if this thing is completely wrong, the stock is worth $1. And if it's right, it could be worth $10, $5 in the course of, let's say, $5 over the next year, but $10 maybe 18 months. Okay. So again, it's trading at $20 million market cap. This type of business should be worth minimum 3 times sales. So you're looking at 75 million valuation, so 3 times from here. So easily. So I think so. There's a couple things that are putting pressure on the stock. One is you have short selling right here because you have a couple of hedge funds that have been shorting the stock. They think that there's a financing and they're going to cover below, and it's not going to happen. So there's going to be a short squeeze very, very quickly. You're going to see that, which is going to be a lot of fun. That's going to send the stock to $1, and they'll probably do a financing at that price, somewhere between 80 cents and $1. Again, I don't, they're not telling me anything, but I would assume that's where it's going to happen. So, I mean, essentially, look, I think it's pretty simple. Matt understands what the value of the business. So his philosophy is, why should he do a financing which would be below what the company's worth as a private company? I mean, he could probably sell it to a private equity firm for minimum 2x to 3x, which is 80 cents to $1 from here. So why would he do a financing? Why would he do dilution at these levels? It doesn't make he wouldn't do it. So there's that. And by the way, I keep saying buyout. This is not a buyout story. This is not being sold as a value story. It's a growth story. And I think you're going to see some news about growth, about expansion, store rollouts coming up pretty soon. And of course, they also have that vegan product line, which is going to bring a lot of news and eyeballs to the stock, which was a future of cheese, kitchen. What's the thing? I keep getting the thing mixed up with that Kitchen Confidential book. Kitchen Essentials, the product line. So there's a lot of positive things happening. Bottom line is, you could see a massive short squeeze in this stock in Organic Garage. So this could be very, very exciting. Let's see what else is going on. Somebody, I think, was asking about bets. I know people have been asking Kitchen Original, Kitchen Essentials. I really apologize. This name, this kitchen thing, it's like I'm getting this thing mixed up with that book, Kitchen Confidential. Somehow, something with that. Go figure. Kitchen Originals. Let's see. Any news on bets? Wow. Yeah, we should have. Again, I said this 2 weeks in a row, saying we should have news. I know that okay. In other words, I know that there is something cooking right now. At this point, I actually have an understanding that there is something cooking right now. So the news is literally imminent, is what I could tell you. Hopefully, we get the stock reopened, and we're gonna get this thing reopened. Visby. News. Is there news? I haven't looked. Is there news? Let me see. Could be. I haven't looked at news yet. Let's see what else is going on there. So so bets. What other stocks we have cooking here? By the way, here's another one. Former next super stock. I'm only mentioning this because I have some stock. I want to get rid of it. Okay, so Liquid Avatar is I'm watching this Liquid Avatar because it has made a breakout October 12th above the moving average, and it's been kind of sneaking up. It's 14 cents, 15 cents. I think we may have a shot of this thing going to 20 cents plus. Um, this thing has got enough crazy stuff in it that it could make a move. By the way, let me show you a former. Uh, this thing was not quite a next super stock, but it was a client of Wall Street Reporter. Uh, God, like 2 years ago, 2000. Actually, it almost became a next super stock. They never signed up for the program, but yeah, it was right around here. We did some stuff with them like last 2 years ago. The stock was much lower. Now, something crazy happened with this thing on Thursday and Friday. I don't understand what happened, but this chart this is like a legit this is a legitimate chart. This thing actually, I mean, this I don't know what is up with the stock. I know it's made crazy moves in the past. Look, as you can see, it's made some crazy moves. There was some nutty things happened with this stock. Um, I mean, and look what happened on the Friday. PHU. And I think we have an interview floating around somewhere on the internet, on YouTube with Funaware. So that was a former client. Why do I bring this up? Um, this became a 20 bag. This is a 20x in 2 days. This is a 20. It is a 20 bagger in 2 days, basically. Um, that's where it hit. So why am I telling this? Because some of these stocks, you never know. Sometimes they can go really crazy, especially when they're really cheap and there's like something weird involved. And I think this liquid avatar has got enough weird things in there that it could become like a funware. I know it sounds crazy. Both of these stocks are bizarre stocks. So I would not be surprised if Liquid Avatar made a big move. I don't think it's going to go to $10 or $20, but I could easily see this thing go back to a quarter. Again, highly speculative. It's pure speculation. Like this stock is like it's like a lottery ticket basically. I mean, as far as I'm concerned. They got some technology, NFT stuff, et cetera, but there's no real revenues, right? So, if a stock doesn't have real revenues, it's not exactly that exciting from a fundamental standpoint. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, somebody was asking about fans. I don't know what's going on. Fans needs to have some news. They got some great fundamentals. Sports betting, iGaming, they're in the right space, plenty of cash, and this thing has just been struggling here. The stock has been kind of, every time we think it's going to make a move to break out, it's breaking down. I don't see it going below where it is right now, 62, 6. It's not a lot of downside, and as you can see, the MACD line is about to turn. So this thing looks like it's basically, yeah, it's kind of bottoming out here. And it should turn around pretty much any moment. So I said right here it's the bottom. It could go. Let me see. Let me look at this chart a bit further. It might test 60 cents, maybe a little bit lower, to really do a full double bottom, but it could be right here. But again, I don't know what's going on. We got to get those guys back on. We have not seen them for a while. Trip, yeah. So Trip is not a client of Wall Street Reporter for, I don't know, since, I don't know, July, June. Wait, I think June even. Yeah, June. So, yeah, so I don't know. But I gotta tell you something. The psychedelic thing is actually something could be happening. I just saw something on was it Los Angeles Magazine? I saw this, I think, on Fox News or Drudge Report, that a thing on. So okay, so I think this week's cover or this month's cover of Los Angeles Magazine is psychedelics. Apparently, everybody in LA is doing mushrooms, microdosing. It's like a phenomenon. And you listen, what starts in California tends to go national, and then it goes global. So, California is like a bellwether for the rest of the country. We're gonna have Bruce Campbell on Wednesday. What day this week? He's gonna be on Wednesday, 3 o'clock. Get your questions ready for him. Should be very, very interesting. Let's see. Yeah, so GazX technically is not a client at this point, so we're not really covering them. I did an interview, what was it, 2 weeks ago, just as because they didn't really take advantage of the thing when they signed up. They should have done more. So I just wanted to do an update. I thought it was the right thing to do. Yeah, this thing is looking really good. This chart, again, very similar to this breakout that we're seeing in RHT, in Tesla. Okay, so this company's got a couple of interesting things going for them. They're in the right place, natural gas, Latin America, great fundamentals. Check out the video interview. The team is like AAA. I mean, these guys have massive track records. You have who else? Frank Justra, the big resource guy from Canada, the billionaire guy. He owns, I believe, a third, or he owns a big chunk of this. The CEO has had a 100-bagger before, multiple, big winning stocks. He understands the resource space, the energy space. So, this is like, it doesn't get better than this. The only thing that would make NG Energy a better stock is, if they did a 1-for-10 split, get the stock down to like 20 cents. So then, it would be more exciting for the penny stock players. But yeah, this thing is looking pretty good. It's basically doubled. It's almost doubled in the last 2 weeks. Not bad. So yeah, that's what's going on over there. NG Energy. Okay, so let me just wrap up for this week. Stocks, I'm expecting big moves, huge moves. Number one, Relic, RHT, Relic Health Tech. We should have a nice move on this starting Monday. Thing is set to go. You got Relic. You got Visby. Let me see Visby. Yeah, let me see the Visby chart. Yeah, Visby. Okay, so Relic, I would say 9% chance we see new highs because it's going to go crazy. Visby, let me take a look at the other 1-hour chart. Yeah, so I think Visby, let me see, this is the 1 hour. Let me do the 1 day. Okay. Visby, let's see what happens tomorrow. It's hard to tell. I think I am biased towards the bullish side with this. I kind of did get faked out with this twice in the last week. Like over here, I thought it would be a key reversal on this date right here. On the 20th, it should have reversed, and it didn't. It broke down, and I was expecting the same thing over here again on the 21st at $1.50. So I got faked out twice with the stock in the last week. So I'm a little bit, I'm kind of a little bit hesitant to say it's bullish now. So my bias is that we're going to see a move to the upside, but let's see what happens. Again, I got faked out twice in this. I'll admit to that. OG, I think we're in a good spot to see a nice move this week. Again, we could see a breakout kind of from this consolidation pattern here into the 55-cent range. And by the way, when this thing hits 55 cents, after that, it's going to go to 75 cents. So, yeah, I think we have a pretty good shot of seeing 55 cents. And again, after that, 75 cents, 90 cents, possibly higher. So we could see some exciting things with organic garage this week. Uh, Two other stocks to keep an eye on. Logic, we're going to see a double bottom here. I think this is the double bottom happening. Again, for some reason, you guys don't like these, you're not value buyers. Everybody likes to chase momentum. So, maybe what you're going to do is you're going to want to watch to see if Logic breaks out above 320. So it's going to have to turn around, break above 320 to get that buy signal. And finally, ESE Entertainment, we're going to have Conrad, the CEO, on this week. Chart looks really like primed for a move. It's looking for a catalyst, but again, this thing moves very, very quickly. We've seen what it's done in the past. When we introduced it last year, it went from 30 cents to 4 and change, so more than 15x, and in a very short time, in 4 weeks, and it's consolidated for almost 10 months now. Let's see what happens this week. I think we could see a turnaround this week. And when it does, I believe we'll see 250 and then much, much, much higher. So that is it for the week. And make sure, again, if you're brand new, make sure you click the like, subscribe button, join our Wall Street Reporter website, our email list, our Discord channel, Telegram, all that stuff is in the link inside of the video description here on YouTube. And we will be back on Tuesday with ESEs on the schedule. And who else do we have? We're going to have a bunch of companies. I think we're going to have Raya on this week. We're going to have AIML, Logic, RHT, Organic Garage, possibly. We got Bruce Campbell. So we're going to have a lot of stuff this week. It's going to be very exciting. So I look forward to sharing the details. And that's going to be on the Wall Street Reporter channel. Oh, shit, I just realized I had the wrong banner up. I didn't have the penny stock gang banner. So annoying. There we go. That's the right. Okay, so just ignore everything you saw in the last 30 minutes. That should have been the correct banner. All right. It's been a long day. So on that note, thank you. I will see you all later this week.